I think if you do go outside, get some sunshine, fresh air, and allow yourself the proper amount of sleep and all that stuff, then you will typically feel a lot better and enjoy life better.
How's it going, man? Good. You got time for a short interview?
What kind of interview?
I'm doing something called street epistemology. Epistemology is a philosophical term. It's a study of knowledge and how we come to know things. And so the street part of it is just because I'm out in public. So what I do is I ask someone to pick a claim or a belief or a stance or something like that, and I'll ask questions to not only understand what it is you believe, why you believe it, but how you came to conclude that it's correct. So, like the path that you use or the method. And I'll ask some challenging questions that might test the reliability of that method.
Okay.
You want to give it a try?
I'll entertain it.
Cool.
I don't know much though.
Are you okay if I record it?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. All right. My name is Eddie, by the way.
I'm Dave.
Dave?
Yeah.
All right. So, what I typically do is just ask someone to pick any belief.
Okay.
I can give you some examples if you're not really sure what to talk about. Typically, it's something that is significant to you or you're highly confident is true. So, like some examples of topics people talk about is I believe karma is real and happening. I believe prayer works. I believe in a God. I believe aliens are out there. I believe the theory of evolution is correct or it's not correct. I believe vaccines cause autism. I believe the earth is flat. Whatever.
Okay.
So to pick something that you are fairly confident is true or you're passionate about, or maybe just something you've always wondered about.
How about health and wellness?
Health and wellness. So can you put that into like a claim? What exactly are you claiming about health and wellness?
Well, if you do a little bit of daily exercise and watch what you eat and stuff, then you'll have a happier life.
Okay.
I think
So health.
more enjoyable.
Are we limiting this to physical health, or are we talking about mental health as well?
Both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say both.
All right. And you're saying that physical and mental health leads to, or a daily conditioning of physical and mental health will lead to you being happier.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Equals happy. All right.
Equals happy.
All right. So I'm gonna start the timer. I want to get a sense of your confidence that this is correct. This is true. From 0 to 100, how confident are you? Are you?
100.
100%.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So 100% would, to me, means I have no questions. So all confidence. I can't be mistaken about this. I'm not even open to being wrong.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. 100%. All right. So what got you to that 100%?
Well, just an example of my own life. There one point, of course, that happened with my job. I was working real late in the evening, which means that, I was eating at odd hours of the night, so I was gaining weight doing that. But once I got out of that, I found a different job. I was able to, take better care of myself, basically.
Okay. Do you, are you saying it's just your eating habits, or was also the sleep pattern?
That, sleep, and exercise, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your previous job didn't allow you to eat at good times. It didn't allow you to have a good sleep pattern,
Right.
and didn't allow you to have time to exercise.
Because I was still in school at the time, so.
Okay. What were the hours?
Like 6 in the evening till like 3 in the morning or so.
Okay, so like graveyard.
Yeah.
Almost graveyard.
Yeah. Borderline.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to repeat back what you're saying. Just let me know if I'm hearing you correctly. I don't want to misrepresent you at all.
That's okay.
So the reason why you're 100% confident that your health is, if you take care of your health, it'll make you happier, is because your personal experience from moving to one job to the other and the other allowed for you to take care of your health.
Yeah.
Okay. What would have to happen for you to drop your confidence from 100% to, like, let's say the 80%?
I don't know.
Would there, what result would you have to get from, let's say, in your example of changing jobs, what would have to happen for you to not be confident that those things were leading you to your happiness?
I guess if I didn't feel any different
Okay.
between that and the other.
So, like, if you jumped from job to a different job that allowed you to exercise, allowed you to get a better sleep, and allowed you to eat better, and you still weren't happy, would that drop your confidence that health was related to your happiness?
Probably, but I mean it is what you make it out to be. Also,
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you wake up and kind of decide you're gonna have a good day, not necessarily
Okay.
circumstantial on other factors, if that makes sense. But I think if you do go outside, get some sunshine, fresh air, and allow yourself the proper amount of sleep and all that stuff, then you will typically feel a lot better and enjoy life better.
Okay. So if, like, we were to pie chart health and taking care of your health
Mm-hmm.
and the decision to be happy, what slice would your decision make, and what slice is your health? Like,
Okay. Well, that's kind of a toughie because I've seen people that are just bedridden and that have some type of health ailment, but they don't let that boggle them down. They still have a positive outlook on life,
Okay.
even though they're kind of they have a health ailment of
Right.
some sort. You know what I mean?
okay.
So
Do you think that if in your old job that you could have just decided to be happy?
in that circumstance, I mean, I could decide to be happy, but I could be happier, if I took better care of myself.
Okay. So it's kind of a combination of the two. So the decision to be happy is part of the equation, but being healthy makes it easier to be happy.
Yeah.
When you gave that example of someone that was had a health ailment, but yet despite all that they were still happy,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that someone's pie chart of what makes them happy is different for each individual? So, like, for that person, health wasn't a part of their formula of their happiness, and so therefore they can still be happy even if their health is not well.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe for you it's a little different. Your health does impact your happiness. Is it possible that kind of just depends on the person?
Yeah, very possible. And of course, I'm still young, so I'm a little more able to, do things as compared to someone that's old and hasn't
Yeah.
really done something like this on a daily or weekly basis or something.
That actually brings up a good point. So when we look at elderly people whose health is not as good as yours, we can still find examples of elderly people remaining happy.
Yes.
Um, Do you think there's any other factors besides decision to be happy and health?
I'm sure there's a lot of factors that play into happiness. Faith. Maybe a spouse or a loved one or someone.
Okay.
Pets. Anything to feed into your daily regimen, I guess.
What if you just had to kind of take a stab in the dark and say which one is the most important at affecting your happiness overall, like with people, or maybe just you? I mean, you might change over the years.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think is like? I guess that also could depend on the age. So like, what could be most important to you right now? It could be health, and then later on it could be something else. So do you think there's like something that people could focus on that is the most impactful throughout the years?
I think being kind to other people, if you show kindness and show happiness, it'll kind of almost like not really like an osmosis effect, but you see it in other people. It reflects in other people.
Okay.
I show kindness to you. You might go show kindness to someone else who will uplift them, and I think that
Okay.
something along there.
Yeah. Okay. So, remaining kind to yourself and others, and so there in turn can be kind to you, which kind of lifts everybody else up.
I think so. Yeah.
Could community be involved in that, in the sense of the amount of available kindness that you can have if you, like, say you're in the dumps, but you have a support system?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe that would play a factor.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, we got about 1 minute left. I think I'm done with my questions. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't. Are you going to use this for anything?
I do upload them to my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
And the more interesting talks, obviously. I don't upload
Well, I'm not
everything.
that interesting. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is pretty interesting. I think this will make the cut. Mainly because I've never talked to anyone about this, and I think that's the exciting thing for me. Why I keep doing what I'm doing is because I have interesting talks with anyone about anything.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I appreciate the talk. And if you ever wanted to check out my channel,
Yeah.
I have a card right there. The channel is Deep Discussions.
Okay.
You can look it up.